Buffer solutions. Solution is a mixture of solute and solvent. Buffer solution. Today we discuss about buffer solutions, types of buffer solutions, working of buffer solutions, about what are the objectives we are discussing in this. On completion of this period, you would be able to know introduction of buffer solution, definition of buffer solution, types of buffer solutions, action of buffer solution. What is a buffer solution? How many types of buffer solution? What are the action of buffer solutions? Introduction. What is an acid? What is a base? What is acid? What is a base? The substance which is produce H+ ions in aqueous solution is called acid. What is a base? The substance which is dissociated in aqueous solution which produce OH- ions in aqueous solution is called base. Acids like example HCl, H2SO4, HNO3, so on. Base NaOH, KOH, NH4OH, these are bases. What is a buffer? Now we discuss buffer solution. Buffer solution. The pH value of water changed by adding small amount of strong acid and strong base, but some solutions does not change their pH value and addition of acid or base and are called buffer solutions. This solution pH values does not changes by the addition of strong acid or strong base or small amount of water. Solutions are called buffer solutions. Buffer is nothing but it is a constant pH value of solutions. pH value is always constant. What is a buffer solution? It is a buffer solution. Mixture of two substances. Mixture of two components. Buffer is nothing but a single solution. It is a two solution mixture of two substances. It maintains resist the change in pH. It maintains constant pH value by adding small amount of acid or small amount of base or diluted. It maintains constant pH value. Addition of strong acid or strong alkali does not change the pH value of solutions are called buffer solution. These buffer solutions are prepared by mixture of solutions. It maintains constant pH value. How it is maintained constant pH value? By addition of strong acid or strong alkali does not change the pH value. A solution which resist any change in its pH value, on addition of small amount of strong acid or strong base or dilution is called buffer solution, and the property is called buffer action. A solution which resists any change in its pH value and addition of small amount of strong acid or strong base or on dilution is called buffer solution, and the property is called buffer action. Examples of buffer solutions. Buffer solutions are prepared by mixture of solutions. These mixture of solutions are two types. One is acidic buffer solution and second one is basic buffer solution. These acidic buffer solution prepared by a mixture of weak acid and its salt with strong base form acidic buffer solution. Acid buffer solution, base buffer solution. These acid buffer solution prepared by a mixture of weak acid and its salt with strong base form acid buffer solution. These acid buffer solution, one of the example, acetate buffer solution. These acetate buffer solution prepared by mixture of acetic acid, CH3COOH. These acetic acid react with strong base like NaOH to form a salt, CH3COONA, sodium acetate. These two component mixture is called acetate buffer solution. Acetic acid CH3COOH plus CH3COONA to form acetate buffer solution. Carbonate buffer solution. This carbonate buffer solution prepared by mixture of carbonic acid, H2CO3 and These carbonic acid react with strong base like NaOH to form sodium bicarbonate NaHCO3, then form H2CO3 plus NaHCO3 to form carbonate buffer solution. H2CO3 plus NaHCO3 sodium bicarbonate mixture is called carbonate buffer solution. State buffer solution, carbonate buffer solution, phosphate buffer solution. Phosphate buffer solution. Mixture of phosphoric acid and its salt of phosphate salt mixture is called phosphate buffer solution. The phosphate buffer solution H3PO4 plus H3PO4 and NaH2PO3. Ammonia buffer solution. Ammonia buffer solution. Ammonia buffer solution is mixture of ammonium hydroxide. These ammonium hydroxide react with strong acid to form a salt, ammonium chloride, then form ammonium hydroxide plus ammonium chloride to form ammonia buffer solution. These ammonium hydroxide react with nitric acid, then form ammonium nitrate NH4OH plus NH4NO3 ammonia buffer solution. Types of buffers. Buffer solutions are two types: acidic buffers and basic buffer. Acidic buffer or acid buffers. A mixture of weak acid and its salt with strong base form acid buffer solution. Like example, acidic buffer solution. This acidic buffer solution is example of acid buffer solution CH3COOH plus CH3COONA. Basic buffer. A mixture of weak base and its salt with strong acid form basic buffer solutions. A mixture of weak base and its salt with strong acid form basic buffer. Like example, ammonia buffers. Ammonium hydroxide plus ammonium chloride NH4OH plus NH4Cl to form basic buffer solutions. Acidic buffer, acid buffers, ammonia buffers, basic buffers. Acid buffer. It is a mixture of weak acid and its salt of strong base to form acid buffers. Mixture of weak acid and its salt of strong base. This acid buffer pH is less than 7. Acid buffer pH value is less than 7. Acid buffer, like example, acetic acid and sodium acetate CH3COOH plus CH3COONA. acetic acid plus sodium acetate to form acid buffer. Boric acid sodium borate mixture of H3BO3 plus Na2B4OCmN. Boric acid borax or sodium borate mixture of acid buffer. Basic buffer, a mixture of weak base and its salt with strong acid to form basic buffer. It is a mixture of weak base and its salt of strong acid to form base buffer solution. This base buffer solution pH is more than 7. pH value is more than 7. Basic buffer solution, like example, ammonium hydroxide and ammonium chloride, NH4OH plus NH4Cl mixture to form base buffer solution. Ammonium hydroxide and ammonium chloride to form base buffer solution. C6H5NH2, C6H5NH3Cl is another example of base buffer solution. Amine and amine chloride. Amine chloride is an example of base buffer solution. Amine are aniline and anilinium chloride. Amine are amine chloride. Buffer action. Buffer action. Buffer solutions maintain constant pH value by addition of small amount of strong acid or strong base or dilution. It maintains constant pH value. Resisting any change in pH of buffer is called buffer action. Buffer action. Action of acid buffer. Acid buffer. Acidic buffer, like example, acetic buffer solution is prepared by acetic acid and sodium acetate. CH3COOH, ionization of CH3COO minus plus H plus ions, and sodium acetate, CH3COONA. It is completely ionization to form CH3COO minus plus Na plus. Acetic acid partially ionization to form CH3COO minus plus H plus ions. Sodium acetate completely ionization or complete dissociation to form CH3COO minus plus Na plus. Na plus. These ions are possible in acetic buffer solution. On addition of strong acid, these strong acid produce H plus ions. Those H plus ions, like strong acid, HCl, addition of this buffer solution, the HCl dissociated H plus and Cl minus. These H plus ions immediately interact with state ions present in already acidic buffer solution then form undissociated acetic acid. Then H plus ions does not increase even solution, so pH constant. The H plus ions form strong acid. The H plus ions form strong acid like HCl. The HCl produce H plus ions plus Cl minus ions. These H plus ions combines with state ions already present in acidic buffer solution. These state ions to form weakly dissociated acetic acid. Hence, the pH of the solution does not change. These state ions react with H plus ions to form acetic acid. Hence, the H plus ions does not increase acidic buffer solution. Then the pH of solution does not change. Addition of base on adding of strong base. Strong base like NaOH. This NaOH produce OH minus ions in buffer solution. These ions interact with these ions interact with H plus ions, then to form undissociated water molecule state ions. Addition of strong base. These base dissociated Na plus OH minus ions. These OH minus ions interact with acetic acid to form acetate ion and water molecule. Hence, the pH does not change of solution. The strong base produce OH minus ions in buffer solution. These OH minus ions combine with acetic acid to form acetate ions and weakly dissociated water molecule. Hence, the pH of solution does not change. CH3COOH plus OH minus ions gives rise CH3CO minus plus H2O. Then pH constant. pH constant. Reaction of strong acid, strong base on acidic buffer solution. Acidic buffer solution CH3 COOH CH3COONA dissociated with CH3COO minus plus H plus ions. CH3COONA gives rise CH3CO minus plus Na plus and addition of H plus ions. Then H plus ions interact with acetate ions to form undissociated acetic acid. Then pH is constant. Addition of strong base. The strong base of OH minus ions interact with H plus ions to form undissociated water molecule. Hence, the pH is constant of solution. Mechanism of buffer action upon acidic buffer. Action of base buffer solution. Base buffer solution base buffer solution is a mixture of weak base and its salt with strong acid to form base buffer solution like ammonia buffer solution, ammonium hydroxide and ammonium chloride. Ammonium hydroxide partially dissociated to form ammonium ions plus hydroxide ions. Ammonium chloride completely dissociated to form ammonium ions plus chloride ions. An addition of strong acid. The strong acid produce H plus ions. Strong acid produce H plus ions. H plus ions. These H plus ions combined with ammonium hydroxide to form weakly dissociated water molecule, hence does not change in pH value. And it's now strong acid. Strong acid produce H plus ions in basic buffer solution. These H plus ions interact with NaOH, NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide to form ammonium ions plus water molecule. Hence, H plus ions does not increase in solution, then pH is constant. Ammonium hydroxide interact with H plus ions, then form ammonium plus water molecule. Action of base buffer solution. On addition of strong base. The strong base like NaOH addition of base buffer solution, it produces OH minus ions. The OH minus ions from strong base combined with ammonium ions to form weakly dissociated ammonium hydroxide. Hence, the pH does not change. Ammonium hydroxide, NH4OH plus NH4Cl. This base buffer solution, addition of strong base, then form ammonium ions, interact with OH minus ions to form ammonium hydroxide. The action of base buffer solution and addition of strong acid and strong base. Ammonium hydroxide, NH4 plus OH minus ions, ammonium chloride, NH4 plus Cl minus ions, and addition of strong acid. The strong acid H plus ions interact with OH minus ions to form undissociated H2O, then pH constant. Addition of strong base. This base produce OH minus ions. These OH minus ions interact with ammonium ions to form NH4OH, then pH constant. Mechanism of buffer action of a base buffer. Summary. Buffer solution maintain constant pH by adding small amount of strong acid and strong base. Buffer solution maintain constant pH by adding small amount of strong acid and strong base. Buffers are two types. One is acidic buffer and base buffer. Prevention of change in pH is called buffer action. By adding strong acid or strong base, it maintains constant pH value of solution is called buffer solutions. Quiz. pH of acidic buffer A 7, B 9, C less than 7, D 11. pH of acidic buffer solution always maintain less than 7 pH value. It is mixture of weak acid and its salt with strong base. It is maintained less than 7 pH. So answer is C. Base buffer is a mixture of A strong acid and strong base, B weak base and its salt of strong acid, C weak base and its salt of weak acid, D weak acid and its salt of weak base. Base buffer solution is a mixture of weak base and its salt of strong acid to form basic buffer solution. Then answer is B. Weak base and its salt of strong acid. Example of acid buffer solution: HCl plus NaOH. HCl strong acid, strong base. Ammonium hydroxide CH3COH, weak base, weak acid. CH3COH, CH3COONA, weak acid and its salt of strong base. NH4OH plus NH4Cl, weak base and its salt of strong acid. Acid buffer is a mixture of weak acid and its salt of strong base. Then answer C. Answer is C. Frequently asked questions. Define buffer solution. Explain different types of buffers with examples. What is buffer reaction? Explain the action of buffer with examples. Thank you.